Buddy, I always have stories. It's amazing because I live a pretty incredible life, and somehow things just come around full circle, 360 to me, or even 180, whatever philosophy you use. I say 360, right? I'm looking in front of me, go all the way around to my right, and come back to my left because I'm right-handed, I guess. But anyways, let me tell you another story. It may be long, maybe quick. Take the time and listen. But this is another story. So I'm just out watching the submarine get docked, minding my own business. A chief and a senior chief come up, and we just start talking and shooting the breeze, and they kind of ask my background. People want to know my background, and most know I was a retired master chief, and I've been doing this a while, so I get in my background a little bit. And they said, well, what was your last tour? I give them a description of my last tour, and I go into the obvious of it, and some things are good and some things were bad, and somehow we got onto another topic about A-Gang and certain programs and stuff, and we're talking about that new submarine, and then I asked some questions because they were on it, and they go on and on and on, and I'm just kind of giving some facade on some things, and oddly enough, and this is how small this planet is, really, oddly enough, I described a person that's somehow involved in this project. I won't get any specific names, I never do. And I didn't give no names or specifics in what I was talking about. And lo and behold, the front person's name comes up, and the guy leans over and says, wouldn't be so-and-so, would it? I said, well, that's pretty amazing. I said, so how's that so-and-so going? He says, well, it's pretty amazing. You just described probably 300 and probably 7 billion, 8 billion on the planet, and that one name pops up. So you're wondering, well, what's that got to do with this podcast? Well, I'll tell you. This podcast and everything I do, I always try to recircle back to another discussion. The podcast goes back to a seed you plant. The reason I was talking about this individual, but not naming specific, just in actions, and these actions actually ripple to another group of people that are the new generation of submarines, because I retired in 2010, so here we are 14 years later, and these are young kids that have only been in the Navy 10 years. Your seed and your character and your perception is infectious. And this individual I was describing, I did not get into the details. I just did simple synopsis of a path of a person that left a bad seed with me because that person was using others to use them as stepping stones. See, I'm going back to the one podcast about stepping stones. I'm going to one podcast about planting a seed. I come back full circle because that's what life does. And it's oddly enough, miles and miles away, years and years away, that you can simply draw a line of an outline, almost like a criminal sketch from a victim that has been victimized by somebody's own undoing or stepping stone. Many people, not so much me because I don't let people step on me, but most likely stepping on everybody else to work their way up into the food chain. And this was a stepping stone food chain guy that did that. And just simple discussion of it touched other people that didn't even know me and didn't even know the full description and then said the name. So my point in this, watch how you plant your seeds. If they're not positive and they're negative, they're remembered. And you don't always have to give a full profile or description of the person. It's a simple discussion of that person's character that they have done or influenced others and left a bad taste in their mouth or a bad seed. It's phenomenal. I'll repeat it, phenomenal. This is young generation that, and I haven't seen this individual 17 some years that I can describe to a new generation that can identify the name in the fullest. So you as a person got to be careful with your seeds. You're walking around with a little brown bag. That's how I envision it. Put it in your head. And you have good seeds and bad seeds. You should always have more good seeds and only have a few bad seeds because you're going to have some bad days. But you can always turn that around and make that bad seed better. You just got to be careful you don't grab the wrong one. But just think about it. It is phenomenal that this incident or this person I worked with is over 17 some years ago, hundreds and hundreds and thousands of miles away. I could draw a picture of the person in detail with just a few comments and actions of the person's character, and the name comes to the forefront of people I've never even met or even knew. Think about that. So watch what you do, watch how you do it, and what seeds you plant. Take that food for thought. That's pretty interesting, isn't it? All right, well, that's the end of my discussion. I'm getting ready to go into work and make some real money and see some real people and influence them and have a good day. All right, this is Saturday. I just wanted to talk about character, planting seeds, and how much your influence is to people. All right, Henry out. Have a great day. It's Saturday. Enjoy your weekend. Refresh, get your batteries charged, and come back on Monday and kick some ass. Henry out.